Hi everybody, welcome back. Next fly we're tying up is going to be a Sparkulator. It's basically a rubber-legged stimulator with a little sparkle on the body. So we're tying this. This will be on a size 12 natural bend hook. You can tie this up to whatever size you need to, depending on obviously what size the fish or the flies are, the insects are in your area. So we take our thread, and moved it to the back, and take a small clump of, I'm using deer hair for the tail. Put that in our stacker. We don't want a very long tail. So we're just going to make a couple loose wraps, and then I'm going to take the thread up to about 2/3 the length of the hook, which will actually be the size of the body of this fly. Trim that off, and then tie it down tight all the way to the back. Okay, now for the body, like I said, this is going to be a Sparkulator. So I'm using ice dubbing. It's a pearl ice dubbing, kind of a whitish color, and you want this. You don't want this to be very thick when you dub it. So it's really important to get it tied, or to get it wrapped tightly around the thread, so that the body's not too big. That's what we're trying to do. And I just make a couple wraps, spin it tight, make a couple wraps. Alright, so there's our body. Now we will tie in our wing, which we will also use deer hair. And I want a bigger clump now for the wing. Okay, I want that to go down to basically to the end of the tail. Same thing, a couple loose wraps, and it's okay if this spins. We'll clean it up here in a second. Okay, now that we've got it cleaned up, now we can really wrench down on it and get it the way we want it. And I like my flies to be as clean looking as possible, so I'm going to trim this up just a little bit. We want the wing on top of the fly, not on the sides of the fly. So, okay, that's a pretty good looking wing. Now we're going to do our rubber legs. And a lot of different color of legs you can use. This one, I'm going to use some centipede legs, which are, these ones are kind of a chartreuse and black color. So we'll pull it around the thread, tie them in on one one side. And same thing on the other side. Okay. Got that. Alright, now we're going to use a couple strands of peacock curl. Trim off the white part. Get that fastened down. And this is the tricky part of the fly, because you have to wrap through the rubber legs and then behind them. And then we're going to try to get back through again and in front. These rubber legs are good because they definitely help you catch more fish, but they definitely get in the way when you're tying. Trim that off. Now, last thing there is to do is tie in our hackle. Tie it in at the front, and same thing, wrap, just try to split the legs. And back to the front. It's not an easy fly to tie, that's for sure. Now we'll whip finish the head. Okay. Sorry about that. Second time I've done that today. Gotta check it, make sure you guys can still see it. Okay, so once we've got this part basically done with the fly, all I like to do is trim the rubber legs. Okay, and there we go. That's our finished fly. I'm going to go ahead and spin it. You guys can kind of get an idea of what the top should look like, the bottom. Alright, that's our fly.